Another campaign issue that we might have to push him on is the pink tax.
Yes.
The pink tax is ridiculous. You know that I have to pay more for certain things than you do, and I make less? Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah, something's going wrong there.
But joining us...
Because my wife has to pay more, and I don't like that either. So.
Joining us on the line to talk about that is money therapist Holly Signorelli. Good morning, Holly.
Hi, how are you?
Great.
You'd be better if you weren't a woman right now, right?
You know?
I don't know about that.
Okay, now the pink tax refers to the extra amount women are charged for certain products or services like dry cleaning even, personal care products, vehicle maintenance. We have to pay more for oil changes? Is that true?
I don't know about the oil change, but the dry cleaning is 92%, almost double. I just picked up a shirt the other day, and it wasn't even a fancy shirt, and it was like $5 for one shirt. Because I usually have several items, so I'm like, wow, this really is happening.
Yeah,
$5.
And I know razors for sure, because I, try to get the cool women razors, and then I'm looking over at the little guy razors, and they're pennies compared
still
to.
Expensive, but yeah.
You
So,
got a good one.
Yeah,
You
the razors are ridiculous, but then again, if you get a cheap razor, you're going to cut yourself.
That's true. And then you're going to have to pay more to go to the doctor.
And you won't be able to wear your shirt.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I'll pay more for. But I think the interesting subject, though, is why it's so much more expensive for the exact same thing. The same ingredients, so like with the deodorants, because it's just like yesterday. I was at the store. My husband was having some, Texas allergies, and the Claritin was like $20, but the Kroger brand was $2.39. So how this relates is he wanted to buy the $20 one because he assumed it was better. And we looked at the back of the box, and it was exactly the same ingredients. It's just that, the stores have their no-name brand because there's all profit. So girls or women, I think, are more drawn to those things, those colors, those pretty things versus the plain box. And that's why they pay more money, because they're not comparing it to the men's version like you would if you were buying a pill or a vitamin.
Well, I noticed on things like, say, Fruit of the Loom, a bag of Fruit of the Loom, like 3 T-shirts, right? Just white T-shirts. Yeah. And if you try to get the same amount, because I have 2 daughters, and I remember when they were younger, and we would be doing maybe decorating T-shirts for a project at school, I would end up getting the Fruit of the Loom men's T-shirts because they were almost twice as less, I should say, than the girls. It's like, why is that for a T-shirt?
If there is no reason for it other than greed, and that, again, girls, I know everybody says that men are visual, but when it comes to shopping, women are more visual. They're going to be attracted to the glitter and the bling, especially like little girls. They're going to want that pink bike with the little frilly things coming off of it, and it shouldn't make it more expensive. They're just taking advantage of the supply and demand thing.
Well, and I think...
Interesting.
Oh, go ahead. No, I was going to say, I think that what should happen is, since we're getting paid, like 70 cents on the dollar, everything should cost 70 cents less on the dollar.
Exactly, and it's going in the other direction. Although Obama actually is changing that rule right now and making the bigger corporations, turn in the salaries because of that. So we might be seeing a big change on the market for that, because it is ridiculous. I work with a lot of entrepreneurs, and I don't see that with women that are entrepreneurs, just in the big corporate world. So I'm glad that that's changing.
Yeah. Hooray for Lily Ledbetter. So how can women go about avoiding paying the pink tax and maybe changing the way that items are priced?
I love this article where it was the hashtag pink tax, where people start exposing things on social media, because social media has a major effect in our society. I mean, corporations will change things if enough people are doing hashtags and complaining about it. But also, since it's not normal, like if I go in to get some deodorant at the store, I'm not going to be looking at the men's deodorant because I'm going to associate that with smelling like a man, like having, that instead of like a fresh, flowery scent. But we should be looking at it. We should, because this is a problem, and it's categorically across the country. So if people could be more aware of it and actually be posting these things, like, hey, I'm at this so-and-so store, and do you believe that this same exact razor or deodorant is literally 3 times more? I think this could definitely create a change, because the corporations respond to that.
Well, do you think that now that as a society we're moving more toward, gender neutral names and the LGBT community getting a little bit more respect, transgender people, that maybe that will change and there will be more just generic products that maybe aren't scented and are the equal cost for both?
Yes, I love this question because actually a couple of years ago I really started to see this just because of my practice and the men and women that I work with. And the millennials, I say this like loosely, but I wrote a blog a long time ago about us becoming androgynous because if you see millennials, the girls nowadays, they don't want to wear makeup. They look fresh-faced and great without it, and everybody's more casually dressed. But then you see men actually getting more hip and more fashionable. So it's kind of like, I just see as time goes by that everybody's, not that everybody's not still feminine or masculine, but that these divisions of how we dress and act they're coming together to where everybody's, more in line with how they dress. I mean, interestingly, because if you look at a lot of millennials, they're wearing pretty much the same thing, a really casual shirt, jeans. They want to be comfortable in their skin.
Absolutely.
Which I think is great.
A lot more metrosexual. Well, Holly Signorelli, thanks for joining us. Let's stand up and fight the pink tax.
Let's do it. Pink tax hashtag.
Okay. Have a great day.